I'm here with actress, director, and producer Jennifer Blanc-Biehn, who just wrapped up an actress workshop for us Florida local actresses. Why don't you discuss a little bit about the tips and techniques that you discussed in the workshop?
Well, I didn't really know going in what I was going to do. We just kind of let it flow. We answered a lot of questions, gave some advice, and then people did some cold reading, and then we would have them go back in and work on the scene. I worked with a woman named Donna Jacobson in New York, who's now Donna Morong, a big casting director. And the one thing she always did with me was Meisner, which was repetition. And I find that helps you to connect on a very easy, quick level.
It was fantastic. It was very hands-on. I loved that, and I love that you introduced Meisner to some people who weren't aware of what that was, the technique. You also mentioned that you took some cold read workshops, which I think is really important. What advice would you give some actresses out there as far as how important cold reading is, why it's important to really hone in on that craft?
I think cold reading is the most important, and in fact, Jean Bua, who passed away recently, was my mentor and teacher in cold reading arena for my adult life in LA, or my start of my adult life in LA. And he worked with me all through when I was working on Party of Five and various things. And it's vital. It's vital because it's exactly what happens when an agent sends you material. And you have to work on it. Sometimes you only have 6 hours, sometimes you have 2 weeks. It just depends. And if you can make that work quickly, it's just an incredibly useful skill to have.
Absolutely. And I understand that you have a test screening tonight for your film Treachery. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
I am a supporting cast member in the movie, and I'm also the producer. And Travis Romero wrote and directed it. And Travis is a colleague of ours. He was a co-producer on The Victim with me and Michael. Michael worked on Hawaii with him. And he also was one of the writers on and co-creators of White Collar. And we wanted to give him a vehicle to work on directing and execute some of his gorgeous writing, which you'll see. It's very performance heavy. It is a test screening because we are still in post finishing the sound. And Michael gives a great performance. It's not what you're used to seeing him in. It is more of like an edgy drama and family oriented. And I'm interested to see how, that's why we're doing the test screening. I'm interested to see what the feel is. It's kind of a unique little movie, and we're excited about it. We have Matthew Ziff here, Lorraine Ziff, myself, and Chris Meyer, who are all in the movie, and all four of us will do a Q&A after. And Lorraine was not only in the movie, but she was story editor, so be interesting for questions. I'm a producer and I act in it, and then Chris and Matthew are the stars of it. So
awesome, cool. And I know you have an extremely long list of credits, both TV, film. You're dabbling in the directing and the producing. How's that been going, and what do you have next on your plate?
I just finished directing my first feature. It's called The Night Visitor. So go to www.thenightVisitormovie.com. And I am in prep for a movie called Hidden in the Woods. It's a remake of a Chilean movie. It's a pretty hardcore subject matter. It's very important to us. It deals with incest, abuse against women, drug cartel, human trafficking, and it's an intense subject. And we're shooting it in Texas. It's literally a translation of the Chilean movie. And these two girls kind of come out on top, really. But it stars Michael Biehn and William Forsythe, and an actor that was just added, Chris Browning, and Rico Ross from Aliens, and this fantastic actress named Janine Kaspar, who's on Nipatuck, and Electra Avalon from Machete and Machete Kills. And awesome. I'm in it. I play a cop with Richard Gunn, who we start opposite each other in Dark Angel, so that's a cool little thing. And we have some other people getting added to the cast that we're really excited about. And we're supposed to start shooting June 24th.
All right. Well, you heard it.
That's when I don't know, next year, hopefully.
Well, you heard it here first.